Welcome to Breaking the Silence. I'm your host, Junia Clovis. And I want you guys to help me welcome my very special guest and friend, Vincent McDonald.
Woo! Producers, make sure I add that in post, okay? Woo! There you go. Woo! I'm here. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful.
Listen, I am happy that you are on this show because I am excited to hear everything you have to tell us today.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's great to be here. You know, nothing is ever silent when I'm around. So I don't know. I naturally break the silence, but it's fine. Great to be here. Just, I feel right at home.
That's great.
Dasquay said he had a cup of some lemonade, but I was lemonade-less. He probably took all.
He probably took all, but you know what? Before you leave here today, we gonna make sure you get some lemonade.
Y'all ain't it right?
Okay, so Vince, tell me today. I'm gonna call you Vince.
You call me Vince.
I can call him Vince.
Now, people who call me Vince say they know me.
No. Oh.
So if you call me V-Mark, then you really don't know me. You just see me on the road, just take V-Mark. But if you call me Vince, then you know me.
So V-Mark is what?
That's what my stage name is.
Okay.
That's what you didn't know that. So you don't really know me. You need to call me V-Mark then.
No. I know V-Mark. We gotta.
All right, you call me Vince then. You know me a little bit.
A little bit.
That's right.
Okay, Vince. So today here, I want you to tell us a little bit about what you do in the industry with producing, worship leader. Give us a little bit of your background today.
So, where do I start? So, I've been doing this since 2007, final year, high school, dating myself a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Just before, final year, I was fresh out of high school, started my music career. I actually started, I didn't start music first. Actually, I was in grade 10, and one day for Christmas, my Grammy gave me a video camera. And I didn't know nothing about video cameras. Mm-hmm. I was one of these guys growing up back in the day, and I used to beat on every single piece of thing. You them little shirt, I was gonna lock you outside. Listen, the 5-gallon bottles used to get beat bad. I thought I could have played a drum, but all I do is make noise, right? The counters, you had all kind of. Anything I could have find to make noise.
You was making noise.
I was listen. It was bad. And so instantly my parents saw the love that I had for music, right? And
that's good.
In addition to that, I used to stand up in the front of the mirror and I used to play like I was Steve Harvey, Kirk Franklin, T.D. Jakes, all them mixed up in
No.
Right?
Kirk Franklin could dance. You could dance?
Yeah, I have 2 left feet.
Okay,
so that's a different story altogether.
Okay.
But in my mind...
You got it, girl.
Listen to me. Listen, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And it ain't got to be nothing physical, It's just with just strength in your mind. The mind's a terrible thing to waste.
It's terrible.
So you think you could do it in your mind? Ain't no one can tell you nothing.
Listen, from I could envision it, I already there.
What? You could tell me the sky pink.
And in my mind, it blue.
It orange. But listen, so I always enjoyed music. I always enjoyed standing up in the mirror, holding a microphone. That was like always my thing. So whether it was hosting a show, whether it's me watching something on TV and I'm trying to imitate it. And so my parents took note of that, right?
That's wonderful.
And so at very young age, my Grammy, she bought me my first video camera. For Christmas, I got my drum set, my keyboard, my guitar, all them little instruments, right? So by Boxing Day, every single last one of them was broke right up. I talking about the skins and the drums. I had to put tape over it because literally, it didn't even last till Boxing Day. The guitar strings was rip and pop. The keyboard was just and then the worst thing they ever do. Oh Jesus, the one thing that lasts. The one gift that lasts a little longer than everything else was the karaoke machine.
Oh, Lord.
Now, the karaoke machine was the machine that had a tape recorder in it. Uh-huh. So it had your little portable microphone, and then it had the tape recorder. And, Lord, the microphone was cordless. So you put the old cassette tape inside the thing, and then you press record, and then you just run around the room.
And
it was a dual thing. So you're going to put the instrumental in one side, and then the blank tape on the next side, and you press play on the right and press record on the left, and you could record your little album. Listen to me.
You had a whole album going on.
What? Listen to me. I couldn't sing,
But you can sing now. Bless
Couldn't
the Lord.
sing to save. That's the mighty power of the Most High.
Yes, the anointing. You know
My
you are
God.
blessed with
My God. So long story short, they saw the gift in me, and I was inside the children's choir, and my role inside the children's choir was always a silent one, right?
Okay.
I used to be the loudest, most animated person here on the stage, and then I went to a predominantly white church, right?
Okay,
Don't ask
okay.
me where y'all can find a predominantly white church. And yes, in the
You
Bahamas,
gotta
we
tell
do
me.
have predominantly white churches.
You gotta tell
right?
me. You gotta tell me when you come off.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah.
I tell you. No, you know what? There's a part of my story. I gave it to Calvary Bible Church, Collins Avenue, right across from Golden Buddha, where Golden Buddha was back in the
I
day.
was next door.
Yeah, next door. Yeah, you're right there. You know,
Right by Calvary Baptist Haitian Church.
Right,
Right there.
You right there, right there, right there. You know, my Awana on Tuesday nights, and I used to be in the choir, and I used to try to actually put me all the way in the back, right, to the point where I was always animated. I couldn't sing a lick, and I was so loud. He showed me all the way in the back of the choir, but that's still in hell. So one Christmas, he gave me a all this is motivation. One Christmas, he gave me a role in the production because I couldn't sing no solo, couldn't none. One Christmas, he gave me a role in the production,
Right.
and guess what it was? It was a non-spoken sign role. He said, I want you to stand up in the front of this mic. The track is going to play, and I want you to play like you playing the harmonica.
Wow.
That's the role that he gave me. And the rest was, from there, I couldn't sing a lick. From there, fast forward, one Christmas, that was the music side of it, right? That wasn't too successful in my early years, right? So one Christmas, my Grammy gave me a video camera, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, you know, when you think of something for all of your life, right?
Right.
And you never, it's just a dream. It was just an idea, right? You say, you know, imagination. That was a big thing growing up. Like,
Right.
what do you imagine? What would you like to be when you grow up? And sometimes you just say these things, but sometimes you didn't even know it was possible.
Possible, right?
Right? And so for me, she brought me a video camera. And I always envisioned being on TV, but I never really made sense of it, right? Didn't see it was possible. And so got this video camera, and I didn't know what to do. So I went to my neighbor one day, and I said, hey, listen, I got this video camera. I got this microphone. I know how to do it. But I want you to come be my cameraman while
Right.
I host a show. And I don't need him for no show. So the boy look at me and is like, boy, what you talking about? So one day, back in, I think, 2009 or 2008, 7, somewhere around there, DJ Counselor was hosting his birthday bash at BFM.
DJ Council was big back then.
Yeah, big back then, right? He ain't too big now, but it's still my boy. I love him still, right? But I can say that. Y'all can say that.
No.
But anyway, so I went on High Five. Some of y'all don't know about High Five.
I know, but hold on now.
I date myself. Go on High Five. And I say, hey, counselor, I got this TV show,
Right.
and I want come to your concert, and I want interview some of the artists. So he said, yeah, man, come through. And so I came through, and I went, and I started interviewing the artists, Monty G, Mr. Lynx, the DJ Nicholas, the whole nine. I mean,
Listen.
it was all, and to this point, I still don't have the name for the show. Just interviewing artists. And I went home, didn't know the first thing about how to edit. And so I gone on my Windows 98 computer, XP computer, gone
was a
download
good
Movie
computer
Maker.
back then.
Y'all know about Movie Maker? Y'all get Movie Maker, right? And I just slapped the video together. And then I had to figure out how to get this on TV. Real ambitious, right? So it only takes the start, right?
Yep.
Real ambitious. And so one day I was able to figure out how to put it on DVD. And we didn't have YouTube like that. YouTube University wasn't like that. It wasn't even a thing, right?
No.
You just had to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And fast forward, one day after school, I went to my dad and I said, hey, I need you to drop me to the TV station. I want to drop off my show. And no appointment, no
Faith.
nothing.
Faith.
And my old man walked into Cabo Bahamas with me and asked for the manager of the TV station.
Right.
And the manager came out and I said, hey, I used to call myself Master V back in the day,
Yeah.
right? I am Master V and I have this new show called Extreme U TV. Yeah, and I would like for you to play my show. The lady
Lord.
looked at me, smiled, took the DVD and said, okay, no problem. And every week for 2 months straight, I called the TV station and I went on Channel 5, the TV guide, to see if my
to
show
see
would
if your
come
show
up. And for 2 months straight, call them. 2 months later, my very first show was on television that changed the trajectory from my life. And at the age of 15, I was in the position of providing a platform for gospel artists and entertainers throughout the country on television that they never had at the age of 15.
Now,
All because of faith.
all because of faith. But see, what I love about this was you wasn't over spiritual about this just now. None of this was, oh, I got this great revelation. And you just was moving on based on what you've been given from a child. And you just was moving on faith. And this is powerful because it's not this big conundrum you come to at some point, but you know this is something you love to do and you pursued it.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. That testimony is beautiful.
And that's how it started. I mean, I ain't really answer your question, right? But that's how it started. And then from there, I kind of went on because I started in television. I started in television, and after television, I started pursuing my music career because by then I had all the connects. I had already interviewed all the big guys, the landlord, the DJ counselors, the Mr. Links. I had already do my part and putting everyone on TV. So now transitioning into music was very easy because now you're already
connected with the right
already
people.
influential in a different space, but in a space that is necessary that helped to catapult a lot of the careers.
Right.
And so transitioning into music was a no-brainer. People began to respect me even more because of the influence and the contribution that I've already made to the industry.
Right.
And so I pursued music and dropped my first single, went to Mr. Links. Mr. Links produced one of my very, very first singles, Just Believe. It was a tribute to my grandfather when he died. I used it it was a perfect opportunity, tribute to my grandfather when he passed away. And the rest was history after that. After that, I collaborated, went in my first concert. Before I started my TV career, I did my first backyard concert. So I lived in a house with all sisters,
Right.
all girls. And one thing but girls, they love Barbie dolls.
Love.
So with those karaoke machines and the breakup instruments, outside of my yard, I have a cesspit,
Okay.
right? And the cesspit was elevated a little bit. It was enclosed with concrete. And so I took all of the broke up instruments, put them outside, and then for summer, very important part of the story, right? For many persons that may not know, I was born blind actually, right?
Oh.
Visually impaired, couldn't see. So I didn't have went to surgery after surgery, didn't have the everyday opportunity like everyone else. So my summers was spent in-house. Parents want to make sure you protected.
Protected.
They wasn't
Especially
overly
with
protected. That's why I used to get away with running wild in the house, breaking up everything, right? They like, I'd rather you break up everything in the house than you go out and bucking up in the tanks, you know?
Yeah.
So
That worked out great for you.
right? So I don't have to break no one up for you. So let me just break up things in the house. I presume that was the whole logic, right? And so growing up in a house with all females, I was like the man of the house, right? I mean, my dad was there, but he worked around the clock and all that. And so having all females, one summer I grabbed the front room chairs, grabbed all my sister's Barbie dolls, put it outside. And my very, very first concert, before television or anything else, was for my sister's Barbie dolls.
Wow.
And neighbors would walk past the yard and
See you.
get that boy some help. Like, I literally was outside having concert with Barbie dolls. And these stuffed animals were like,
But they was there.
They was black,
present.
they was purple, they was orange, they was naked, they were just all kind of things, right? and just sat each one of them inside the chair and had my concert. And for my 15th birthday, my mom came to me and she's like, "What you want to do for your birthday?" No, for my 10th birthday. Sorry, she's like, "What you want to do for your birthday?" I was like, "Mommy, I want to have a concert.
My God.
Rally up all the aunties, rally up all the cousins, and let's have a concert." And it went from singing the Barbie dolls, the backyard concert, my very first backyard concert for my birthday. Everyone have that one auntie who believes in you, that one auntie who encourages you.
Yeah.
And that one auntie came up at the end of the concert, bad singing and all, right? So much confidence, but all kind of talent, lackluster.
Lack it.
She came up there and she prophesied, didn't even realize what she was doing.
Right.
And she said, "This young man, my nephew, will be one of the greatest that this country and the world has ever saw." And that night, she raised a whopping $60. Y'all couldn't tell me I wasn't on top of the world. She took up offering And listen to me. Listen to me. So from there, I gone from the backyard several years, gone from $60 to $100 to,
Wow.
I mean, and y'all think that, y'all laughing and think that's small. But
No, that's
it's big
it's
in
a huge
context,
thing, yeah.
right? And I moved from the backyard to church halls, right?
Yes.
Inviting, by that time I was already on television, inviting some of those same artists to share the stage with me. I wasn't singing original music by then. I was still singing covers. And I had my little band together and went from backyard to church halls. And from church halls, continuing to produce records and continuing to collaborate. And from church halls to Family Island tours. From Family Island tours to around the world, traveling some 80 countries. I mean, the list goes on. And so collaborating and producing some of the greatest songs that persons love today. One of my most proud work would be the legacy and being a part of the legacy of Lyrically Blessed.
Yes.
The one that we loved and appreciate.
Love.
I was able to do a collab record with him before he died. And so I was able to partner and produce and co-produce some of his top songs.
That's
I'm
good.
Still Here, Worship You, Jesus. That's one of my most proudest moments. And we did a worship. He started his worship career being alongside me, and we started our duo album together, and he just flourished. And I've worked with some of the greatest persons all around the world, and then the Lord has just propelled me over the years to continue in my television journey. We produce shows like The Rush and produce shows like 242 on Top, where we provide a platform for artists and entertainers straight across the entire country, like American Idol. And then most recently, over the last 5 years, the Elevation Awards, right?
Right.
And so, which the church bombastes me about because it's not straight gospel, but it's all
Jesus.
about engaging culture and really setting a platform straight across the board. So God has been able to allow me to charter many different territories and be
That's
influential
powerful.
in that. Yep.
That
That's
is
what I do.
powerful.
That's what I do.
So, music, producing videos,
Right.
and worship leader. Tell me a little bit of your worship leader experience. How does that affect you in your day-to-day life, and how does that impact others in your day-to-day life?
But can I tell you, I never in a million years had worship leading as a part of my goal, part of my
Right.
dream. During the pandemic, the same person that we just spoke about earlier, DJ Counselor, very, very good friend of mine. He became someone that I looked up to some 20 years ago, calling him to come and interview artists at his concert to now being a brother. And he recently transitioned back to Bahamas Faith Ministries as the youth pastor. And it was during the pandemic, and he reached out to me and he was like, hey, I need you to come train my worship team. And at that particular point in time, I was more of a diverse contemporary artist, kind of fusing worship moments into my set whenever I do shows. And so, I had the ability, and background singing and all that stuff was like really my forte. And so I came, I did some training, and out of that training, I needed to do some demonstration with his youth worship team. So I ended up leading worship intermittently whenever they had invited the youth team to come up and lead worship. So I would be, all that was a part of the training. And out of that, Dr. Dave Burrows reached out to me and he was like, hey, I want to offer you a job. I want you to come in and be our worship leader. And at that time, it was the pandemic. I was just doing a favor to a friend. No strings attached, no money, I just was helping these young kids grow, develop in the area of worship. And when I got the call, I was like, all I was doing was a favor. Like, God, this ain't I want to go back on tour. I want to do music. None of this is a part of my.
One need disrupt your whole
Yeah,
plan.
and so I said yes. And can I tell you, saying yes has been one of the greatest blessings that I've ever had in the course of my career. God has planted me in a place where I've been able to build connections, where I've been able to reap the benefits of really being planted and rooted and grounded. The relationship that I built, the resources that have been afforded to me, and just standing on the shoulders of a great man like Dr. Miles Monroe. And being able to sit in that in that space to be able to push the envelope forward is indeed a blessing for me. And so for me, it took me a minute to really understand what that mantle meant. because I could go up on the stage and I could bring heaven down,
Yes.
but you could be talented but miss the anointing. You
Oh,
could
Jesus.
be present but miss the presence, right?
Right.
And so you could be committed but lack devotion, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And so
You're
all
preaching,
of
you're
this,
preaching.
all of this is it position you and put you in a position where you could lose
My God.
rather than gain. And so for me, and the music and worship ministry is one of the most attacked ministries
Yes.
when it comes to the church. But I had to realize and grow into understanding that that is one of the only part of the ministry
Right.
that is for God.
My God.
The word is for you, for your edification,
Mhm. The
for
worship
your
is for
development,
God.
for your education. Giving is for you.
Yes.
You give so that you can be
receive,
blessed,
yeah.
so you can receive,
Yeah.
right? Worship is the only thing that you give back to God,
My God.
right? Giving isn't even for
Teach.
God. Giving is for you.
Giving
right?
is for you.
like the word, you sitting down, getting dressed, coming to church on Sunday, and don't want to lift up your holy hands,
My God.
and don't want to cry out before the Lord, like coming to church just to tick the box is really for you. But if you the importance of what worship represents,
Yes.
and leading people into worship, I got the talent thing right. I could do the production thing. I could do the lights and the audio and make everything sound and looks good.
Yes.
But the anointed.
The anointing has to come from the Lord.
The anointing breaks the yokes.
Oh, definitely.
And guess what? It took me to strip away things. It took me to understand it's dealing with people. Dealing with understanding that you're leading God's people, but at the same time, you're pastoring the people that stand behind you.
Yes.
Living an exemplary life, being transparent, being vulnerable, understanding that you are the only Jesus
You
that people
preaching in
see.
here.
Right? What leadership embodies is not just telling people what to do, but it's really bringing people along in helping to guide
This
them
is
through your
good.
life, being an example. And it took me it took me 2 years into it to hear people come to me and share their testimony of, Vince, what I going, I right here making a salary, I right here getting a check, church paying me good, and I executing and I ticking all of the
Yes.
boxes. But people still on my team hungry. People still on my
Yes.
team
Oh,
thirsty.
my
People
God.
still on my team have marital issues and divorce issues, right? And I had to understand, I had to learn how to sensitize myself and really bring it all in and say, listen, I really serve you
Yes.
as we serve God
Yes.
and building a community. So that has impacted my life in great ways. Through understanding the importance of serving people and connecting with people, I was able to get married in the process.
Yes.
Right? I was able to find my beautiful wife.
I tell ya.
Listen, and for all y'all people out there who is run away from the church and say the church ain't got no good woman and the church ain't got no
It's
good
a
man,
lie.
guess what? Y'all should start worshiping. When y'all start worshiping and stop coming to church to look for booty and start looking for Jesus,
My
then
God.
y'all go find what y'all need to find, okay? But this ain't nothing I heard.
There's something you experience
I
and
am a
live.
living testimony.
My God.
of the
You're preaching
good-
to me.
of the goodness of God.
You're
right?
preaching.
And that's what's important. At the end of the day, your posture is important. God don't owe us nothing.
Nothing.
God don't owe you a relationship. God don't owe you a marriage. God
He
don't
doesn't
owe
owe
you
you.
anything. You have the responsibility. You owe it all to him.
My Lord.
But in giving him your all, it comes with blessings.
Oh.
And through giving God my all, I found a wife. My business is flourishing. I have connection. Bahamas Faith Ministries has brought me to a place where I'm able to connect with millionaires and influential people in the kingdom. And sometimes my work carry me along the road where I don't even have to leave the church to get business.
My God.
I could choose whether or not I want to go out there and explore and
Anything.
compromise. Like I can, and these are people, and I ain't talking about people who have church businesses.
Yes.
I talking about just kingdom citizens who
Right.
exemplify kingdom principles
Right.
and bring it into their line of work. Because of what they were taught on, what they were taught on purpose and potential and vision. And man, listen, being postured to being all that God has called you to do and all that God has called you to be, bring great rewards.
This is powerful because in the great the voice of Rodney Mulker. This is powerful. Because,
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Because I've lived what you said. I've seen the goodness of God just by posturing my heart first before the Lord. And worship takes you to another level. It catapults you to a place where God has for you to be. It's not about people. It's always about God.
Real.
And the relationship that you have with him. So your testimony for me today has been absolutely breathtaking, because a lot of us Christians don't think like this. So I pray that y'all take my good brother, VMAC Vince, into consideration. Whatever he said.
I'm living proof.
I'm living proof. And let me tell you, his wife look good.
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 Listen, I found a good thing. I had two other goods.
31 woman.
And favor with the Lord. See, y'all forget
that favor part.
Y'all forget that favor part.
My Lord.
Y'all just want good things. But you see, good things without favor ain't really... Yeah.
Now, before we close out here today, in conclusion, I just want you to tell us one of your moments that you found that you came to a crossroad and you wanted to either quit or keep going. What did you do to stay grounded?
Boy. You know, the Bible talks about you overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony.
Yes.
And oftentimes, since we're talking about breaking the silence, I'm going to use this. Oftentimes, we latch ourselves in to believing that your life isn't worth living, or your life isn't worth talking about, right? Not realizing that you are a precious gift from God.
Yes.
And very early in my career, because I became, for lack of a better term, successful at a very early age,
right?
Being on television, doing music, producing, being influential, and having a great level of impact. One of the things that positioned me and caused me to do was mask.
Right.
It caused me to mask my reality, right? And so in masking my reality, I didn't really live my truth. Right? Because I'm like, well, I ain't got to have no pity party. I mean, people done respect me, they're on TV. So I ain't got to tell people about, my disability or my inability to do this or my inability to do that. And, having very close colleagues and business partners, back in 2014, a good friend of mine, the late Levad Manifest Parks, one of the guys that went down with Dr. Miles Monroe in the plane crash.
Okay.
He invited me. I just came back from a show in Abaco, and he called me Saturday night, and I was coming back Sunday morning. He was like, hey, you in town? I was like, yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. He's like, hey, I get ordained, and I get ordained tomorrow, and I would like for you to come and do special music.
Yes.
At BFM, coincidentally, right? And so I went to BFM, and went up. I was being introduced. I got introduced to the stage by Pastor Dave's daughter, Davriel, and who was also a good friend of mine and a former television personality with me. And so she introduced my friend VMAC, and I ran up on the stage, took the mic, and started doing my VMAC thing.
Yeah.
And Levad ran up on the stage and yucked the mic from me. And he said, listen, what y'all are about to witness. Now, I just on the brink of my brand new record now. Brand new single, brand new album. I mean, I hype. Declaration, we jamming. Right? And he ran up on the stage, right? And he took the mic from me. And he said, what y'all about to witness right now? This young man, he have all kind of energy. He can tear the roof off this house. And guess what? He only got one eye.
Wow.
And I was on the stage and I was like, keep in mind, at this point in my career, no one has ever known this.
That.
No, I mean, I confided in one or two people, and he was so excited
to
share this testimony.
Right.
And he said, some of y'all who got 20/20 vision, y'all sitting down here, and y'all ain't ready, but this man gonna pray it like there's no tomorrow. And and he's like, and listen to me, if I could run out that church.
I could tell you.
So he say, now, here, everybody go. Track start, do the song, kill it, to God be the glory, because you got to put that in, because then y'all can take this clip and then y'all can mess it up.
Mess it up, right.
So I got to put to God be the glory in there. Since the church people want that, right? And then so after the performance, right? Sorry, after the ministry, right?
The ministry.
After the ministry, I gave the mic back and I walked off the stage.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to leave, because at that point I was pissed.
I
That
can
nigga
imagine.
couldn't say nothing. I could say nigga. Anyway, too
Um,
late now.
too
Anyway,
late.
he couldn't say nothing to me. Nothing to me. Walk out the building, and Dr. Miles, armor bearer, ran me down and said, Dr. Miles wants to see me.
Yeah.
And this time, now, only know him in passing.
Yeah, passing through.
Being out, and he called me into his office and he said, "Listen to me. There's something on you."
Yeah.
This time I'm mad at Levada. I'm mad at my. I said, Dr. Miles, I mean,
Yeah.
it's elated to meet you. Hi, how you doing?
But not right now.
Not right now. He looked at me and he said, "Listen, all my life, I have written and preached the message of vision.
Yes.
And I have yet to
has.
find someone that represents and embodies what it is to be a person of vision."
Yes.
And I look at this man and I'm saying, "Sir, I ain't got no private jet. I ain't traveling in Africa. I ain't staying around the world tree. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I barely got $10, much less $1 million. What are you talking about? I barely could get 25 sales on my album. You got the New York Times bestseller 30 times over. What are you
Right.
talking about?"
Right.
He looks at me and he said, "Listen, you embodies what it means to represent vision."
Yes.
He said, "Because vision shows you what could be, while sight shows you what is."
Is.
And oftentimes people look at their situation through their natural eyes and they dismiss every idea, every dream, every vision, every plan for their life.
That's good.
And they got 20/20 vision. And you don't even got nothing close to that.
No.
And all you see is what you believe.
Yes.
Is what you hold on tight and you run after that.
Faith.
I didn't understand that to save my life. Because at that point, I still mad.
Yeah.
But I walked out of there understanding that not by sight, but by faith and by vision. And from that day on, fast forward a couple years later, I've been able to change my perspective on how I see life, how I execute
imperative.
life, and how I deliver. Because and now I wish I can tell him this, but I know he's listening. And I say this, I've started to say this now every time I go on podcasts and interviews. I wish I could tell him thank you.
Yeah.
Because
for that one
for
moment.
a decade straight, I was upset with him.
Wow.
And as I begin to remove the mask, as I begin to remove the frustration and begin to come into my true self, right?
Facing.
And not have to dance around telling my wife this, telling my relationship this, doing all it, and being able to be confident and still thrive and still grow
That's powerful.
in the midst of all of that, because I understood the power of vision
Yes.
and purpose
Yes.
and how them two can collide.
Right.
And how you position yourself to have the right people around you. And do it like, I've had moments of wanting to give up. I've had moments of being misunderstood because not many persons, especially at my age,
Yes.
have achieved and accomplished the things that I have achieved and accomplished.
Right.
So I live a life being misunderstood, but I understand the power
Right.
of what it is to be someone. I say, God, I don't want to be famous. People don't
No.
call me every
Ooh.
week. People don't call me every week. And guess what? I love it because I'm busy.
Busy.
I busy. People don't always waste my time. I know Abru's telling me gotta go. But listen, for me, I say, God, I just want to be a person of impact. Don't waste my time. Don't send me around no one that can just hype me up. And no, I just want to be
I
able
don't
to
wanna be
leave
there.
every space that I'm in, knowing that I've encouraged and uplifted and blessed someone. And that's been my only heart's cry to this very day.
And that's all the Lord wants for us. That's all He wants us to do out here. Just impact one another.
Yep.
Show the love of Christ. That's all He requires from us. Just to be a vessel for Him. And today, your testimony, like I said earlier, is breathtaking. And I'm so happy that you are here today. I'm truly blessed. I am truly, truly blessed today because, again, some of us out here don't think like this. And your testimony, I'm praying today that will impact someone else. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Vince. I wish we had some more time, but time is up. So
That's good.
y'all,
My vision was accomplished. That means I can get another call maybe.
you listen. I bringing him back so he could tell you all a little something more, because I know the Lord have more for him to say. So be back before we cut out. Just tell them where they can find you, how they can follow you and your journey.
Listen, you know what? Don't follow me. Follow the work.
Yeah.
Elevation Awards, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Encore Media. Just follow what it is that we're doing. Great things are coming. You can check me every Sunday morning, 10 a.m., Bahamas Faith Ministry.
Yes.
You just come pull up. Let's worship together. Don't come for no booty. Come for Jesus and watch God out this way. All right? You know what it is. Boom. You're going to find a wife and a husband. I promise you that. Maybe not a BFM, but in the presence of the Lord.
In the presence of the Lord. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Until next time.